So, you know Eiichiro Oda, the legendary mangaka for One Piece, of One Piece. If you do look at the designs of the girls and women he draws, it's pretty obvious that there is a major degree of sexualization to them. There is no reason that Nami goes with a bikini around. There is no reason that we have Robin in many revealing attires, and it's his work. He enjoys that, and it's beautiful. We do enjoy them. You cannot like them and not even read the manga or watch the anime, and that's perfectly fine. There is no one forcing you to watch One Piece. But there is something that actually caught my attention, and the reactions to it caught my attention even more than before. And that's the case of Bonney and her age and how she was portrayed in the anime, and of course in the manga too. But here's what happened. Episode 1090, if I'm not wrong, sorry, my Farsi and English intermingled, switched, let's see. If I'm not wrong, in that episode, we had Bonney and we had some sequences and her attire and how she was pretty much nude, topless. And it was a pretty sexually charged scene. I do understand many of you want to argue that, hey, none of the crew there was sexually charged or sexually attracted to her as far as we could see. That's true, and we didn't have Sanji there for a reason. That would make it much weirder than it is already. But it doesn't change that the scene was actually pretty sexually charged, and that's the reason people were mad. And first of all, congratulations on the community, on the anime community, for being mad about this, because I pretty much was sure that people would turn a blind eye only because it's Oda. Eiichiro Oda, an amazing mangaka, but there is no reason that this shouldn't be called out. If no one had called that out, that would have been pretty disastrous, because look, it's his work, I know, it's shit like that, but you should have the option to actually call out weird shit like this. It shouldn't go unpunished, let's say, or at least uncalled out, we could say that. If no one had said anything, that would have been pretty sad, and it would have shown the double standards of the people. And I have seen many One Piece fans and One Piece stands trying to defend this situation. And no, she is confirmed to be age 12 or 12 and a half at max, or 13, let's say. Nowhere near being legal. A sexually charged scene like that, that's bad. And considering that, hey, the animator, this is another bad part of the reactions of the people. They have been calling out and harassing the dude that actually animated the scene. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but the dude actually, or I'm not sure if it's a dude either. That person actually claims that, hey, I had no idea how old was she when they given me the scene and shit. True, that appears in the manga much later on. I think in the last months we got final confirmation of that because of some stuff that we saw. I'm not gonna spoil you guys. But no reaction to that would have been bad. And also, such a harsh reaction to the animator was bad too, but I do understand where people are coming from. You do think that Oda and the editors and the people working on One Piece and people like the editorial team would have let the animation team know that, hey, the girl you are animating is 12 years old. Please don't do it as the way you have done it now. They didn't do that, and that adds a pretty scary layer to this whole situation. I'm a One Piece fan myself, but if Eiichiro Oda and his team were completely aware of how fucked up this is and decided to not actually discuss the issue with toy animation, this goes to show that Oda himself and his team are pretty and plainly aware of how fucked up this whole situation is, and how fucked up showing a 12 years old in the way we saw is bad. Before you actually, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I might say, hey, she can change her age. She can't change her age. There is a reason that the age of consent is 18, 21, whatever in your country is. That I think the lowest is Japan with 16, and I'm not gonna talk about Islamic countries. Shit will go down, and I do not want to do that. Hey, 18. There is a reason, and that's because you must be certainly in a certain age mentally to be able to make some decisions and not let others take advantage of you. And that's the reason we have the 18 years old thing. Your body age, you could have the body that Bonney had at 12 years old, but you would still be 12 years old if you were born 12 years ago. She being able to change how she looks doesn't fix anything. That's the aesthetic. The main thing, the base is 12 years old, and that doesn't change considering and based on how she looks. That's a constant, let's say. You can't change that. And no, that doesn't work in trying to excuse Oda out of this. And Oda didn't even try to excuse himself out of that, because he didn't let Toei Animation know, as far as we know, as the animation told us, or at even worse, Toei Animation knew but didn't relay that. The directors of the episode didn't relay that to the key animation people working on it, and that's even worse, because none of them is a good thing. and it gets worse as things go by and as we delve deeper. So, is this a surprise? No. We have the whole Oda Sensei Rurouni Kenshin's mangaka situation that had some pretty bad record about this whole child stuff situation, and underage situation. It's not good either. But Oda doing that creates a layer to the whole thing, considering how he has portrayed other characters, and considering how it isn't even a one-time shit, and how this is pretty much part of a wider scheme or part of a wider modus operandi or whatever that Oda has done here. You can't excuse that. He has no excuses. There is no excuses, and we can't do that. The fact that the anime community did respond to that, there was backlash, it makes me happy. I'm a bit sad about the backlash on the key animator, but hey, we had no idea, and we are not even 100% sure that he didn't have any idea about what he was animating. Not to question his morals or anything, because hey, all of us, we have some dirt on us on different stuff. We are not perfect beings. And the dude might have just lied to get out of the situation. It could be it. But that's something that is both good and bad. And Oda, if it was in any of the, he was working in a Western country, in the Western world, I'm pretty sure his work would have been cancelled. We do not want One Piece to be cancelled. Is it going to be cancelled? It's not going to happen. It's going to continue on. Because Oda has been doing this for a long time. This is a major thing, of course. But the designs he uses, in Farsi we call them Saacheni, like the timer thing is with the sands and stuff. Sands of time thing, I don't know. It's the same format that he's always used, and of course it's his work, he can do whatever he wants, but when it gets to stuff about underage people, it got a bit too crazy, and for a good reason. And a pass to one mangaka for this situation, and a pass, not giving a pass to other mangakas also shows double standards. It's not good to give passes anyway. And also, there was something pretty fun that caught my attention. That was the excuses the One Piece fans were making, that we dismantled all of them here. But they also decided to, when they saw that, hey, we can't excuse this, there is no excuse for this, they decided to do something else. They went on and tried to turn the tables on Bleach fans. And it backfired massively, because the person they choose, the character they chose to do that, first of all, they chose Orihime in an attire when she was actually not underage anymore. Then they did it with the green hair little girl thingy that was like 200 years old or something, and she was in a state, in a little girl state, so she's not conserving energy or something, and it again backfired massively. Final words: do not try to excuse something that has no excuses, and that the mangaka himself is not even trying to excuse, because it is so fucked up. All you can do is take it lying down or something, because we know nothing's going to happen. We know Oda is not going to change the character designs that he has, and it's a bad thing of the part that people have too much influence on stuff, that these kind of stuff happen. Thank you very much for watching the video. As we say in Farsi, شبتون بخیر، روزتون بخیر و فعلا بچه‌ها.